Drivers, start your engine!
All right, folks, engine's hot, mind's clear. No drugs, no beer. And for the love of racing, keep your fucking lungs out of this. We hit the grid, lights go down. Revolt racing are hitting the town. Tires burn like truth in the mic. Gavin, your commentator, calls it clean, calls it right. Fuel in our veins, but not that kind. No drugs, no beer, just keep your mind fucking clear. This ain't a circus, it's a serious track. No cheats, no mums, no looking back. Go full throttle, no fear in sight. No high but the speed, no wrong with the right. Grip the wheel like it's life or death. Drive so hard, forget to catch breath. Revolt is a league where the rules are tight, but the racing is raw every Wednesday night. We rise, we roar, no time to stall. We race with honor or not at all. From Monza Lights to Suzuka's twist, one wrong move, you're off the list. But we ride clean, precision sharp, no backroom deals, just battle hardened hearts. Gavin's voice cuts through the noise. That's a penalty, mate, don't throw like fucking the toys. No nonsense, no fake respect. This is Revolt, what you see is what you get. It's simple, lads, no drugs, no alcohol. And seriously, no sleeping with each other's mothers. Let's keep it civil, yeah! We go! Full throttle, no fear in sight. No high but the speed, no wrong with the right. Grip the wheel like it's life or die. So hard, forget to catch breath. Revolt's the creed, the call we call. No shortcuts here, we give it our all. So raise yours, drop that gear. This is Revolt, this is our year. This is Revolt, this is our year. Play racing! Back it up! Start your engines! Start your engines! Start your fucking engine!
Drivers, start your engine!
Now, now!
So that's your quali over with Maz, Black Box, Labrat, Grego, Mischief, Smoke, Mr. Twist, Go Box, Dr. Jackal, Gaz C7, Sneaky Loser, Low Pro. I've got your name right once and for all, sir. And then we've got Ribs, Little Aaron, and Little Aaron, unfortunately, is right at the rear. As I said earlier, there's going to be a little bit of a beauty contest here for the wives. And also, earlier on, I was doing a grid walk and I happened to bump into somebody very, very famous. And he was happy enough to spend a couple of minutes with me and have a chat. and it's a very big surprise who it is. But I'm just going to knock you over to the recording we did of it earlier. The Revolt TV crew were down with me, and I'm going to try and work it out now. So, wives, if you're watching, have a look at this and tell me who you vote for the most handsome driver in this league tonight is.
Good evening, everyone attending this amazing race at Spa in Belgium. Lovely to meet you, Gavin, and the drivers from this Revolt Racing League. The buzz is electric, so enjoy every moment. But for now, please be upstanding for the national anthem.
And off they go. The Ferrari of Mazza, he's in front. I'm just going to keep it on broadcast view for a minute because, yes, I am definitely having a lot of technical issues tonight, guys, and I really apologise for that. It's so annoying. I am getting messages through Twitch, but I'm not getting it on my phone. Anyway, forget it. I'll put it all together for a highlight show. But we've got Mazamak in first position. We've got Black Box in second in the kick. And we've got Labrat in third as they turn this corner. And everybody seems to have kept it clean so far. There doesn't seem to be any mistakes being made. So a nice lineup of drivers here tonight. And they're all very close at this moment in time. Somebody goes a bit wide there in the Mercedes. I think it might have been Mr. Twist. But we'll ride on board with him. And he's chasing down Dr. Jackal. Oh, Dr. Jackal, Mr. Twist goes a bit wide there, and he gets taken by Gaz, and Gaz is now going to chase down the pack. Nice inside move being made there by Gaz. Slams the brakes on into this right-hander. And Mazza takes the hottest lap at the moment at 148.090. Well done, sir. Take a bow. And somebody goes wide there too in the kick Saba. I think that might have been, I think that was Ribs. Ribs made a big mistake, but he's joining the track now. I don't think he got any damage. But there's moves being made here, and I'm not fully concentrated at the moment because I'm having really bad technical issues. But again, lads, apologies for any of the viewers watching, and keep your eye on the Discord channel and my YouTube channel, because tomorrow I will put it all together in a much better fashion that you can watch. I don't know what happened to the show. For some reason that it played sideways. So I'm going to have to check all of that up for next week and make sure it's working properly. Lap 2 of 22 here in Spa in Belgium. And Jackal is in the Ferrari and he is trying... Oh, somebody goes really, really wide there in the Mercedes. I think that might have been Gaz C7, and he's dropped quite a few positions down to position 10. So time to have a look at the telemetry and time to have a look at the position changes. And this tells a story. There's not an awful lot of position changes here, and that's quite typical of Spa. But Low Pro has made a very, very good start, and he's up 3 positions. So Low Pro's on a roll, and he's trying to gain. And I'm just going to jump on with Low Pro to see what he's at. He's in the Red Bull. And there's your tyre situation for tonight. It's a very much mixed bag between mediums and hards. Can we see a move being made here in this DRS zone? He's got the DRS here. And he's going to try very hard for the inside move. But he's running out of track very, very fast. Will he dive bomb? No, he won't. He's a better driver than that. So he's just going to have to be patient and round her off for another while, and then he'll try again later. But there's a very close battle going on here for P4 and P5. So Labrat is chasing down Grego. Round this right-hander, round this left, and this left can be a bit slippy if you get it too wide. Slams the brakes on here, drops it down into 4th. He's harvesting, he's got 82% of the battery, so he's got a lot of power here if he wants to try and make a move. He's in the slipstream of Grego, but has he got the power and the speed to make the move? He's at 200 miles per hour at the minute, and I don't think he's going to squeeze much out of that Alpine engine. So he's going to have to content himself until the next DRS zone. But I'm just going to stay on board here to see if he can make that move up the hill and into the next DRS zone. But Mazza still holds the lead by half a second, but he has Black Box on his tail. And Black Box is going to try very hard to take that position 1 from him. And he's definitely on it here. He has the space and he has the road. And he's just going to say goodbye. Or is he? He takes it up the inside. But that McLaren is defending really, really well. And Greg, you played a blinder there, buddy. That was a lovely bit of defending and a lovely bit of racing. Slams on the brakes round to the right-hander. So we're on with Black Box, and he's chasing down the leader at the moment, who's Mazza. So no absolute catastrophes just so far in this race. And whoever it was that sent me those messages on Twitch, thank you very much. I'm hoping that any messages now come up on the screen on my computer. So if you can send me just a quick message and I'll make sure that it's working. But for all viewers tonight, this is Revolt Racing League and this is Spa in Belgium. And as I say, this is the last social race before their season starts in earnest on the 2nd of July. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. So here we go. Can Black Box make the move on Mazza? He's got half a battery left and he's right on the pipe here. He squeezes his ERS probably a little bit just to stay on the pipe. And I put my mortgage on it that he's going to take first place here. Go on, Black Box. Go on, sir. Coops testing. Does that mean it's all okay, Coops? And there's that move. And he keeps the Ferrari behind him, and we've now got a new race leader, and that's Black Box 3000. And he's got Maz behind him. But I'm going on to Greg because he's having a real battle with Labrad Dan. I can only guess that Dan works in a lab, and he's a bit of a rat. But what a name, guys! What a name, Lab Rat Dan. I'm going to go on with Go Bucks here because he's in the Alpine and he's having a go at this Red Bull of Low Pro. Coops, thank you very much. All good. Hope you're keeping well, sir. Thanks for being on board. Thanks for watching. Not my best stream of all time, but the most important thing, it's all caught on camera. But my voice is... it's being very much distracted tonight by technical issues. So believe me, I will put something together tomorrow that's much more watchable this, and I would really prefer that you didn't watch this stream back and the guys racing. Just give me a while tonight and I'll put something better together for you. But it's all got a bit separated here, but we're on Magaz. He's going into the pits. He's making an early stop along with Mazamak. So I'm just going to have a look at the details here on the stops. Yeah, Maz has made a stop, and let's just see. There's 2 penalties already. Low Pro's got 3 seconds, and Ribs has got 3 seconds. And by the way, Ribs, you win the beauty contest in our house. So up with Ribs here in P12, and he's chasing down Sneaky. And Sneaky's driving that Red Bull, and Ribs is in the kick. So let's see if Ribs can chase him down and make a position up into P11. Mr. Twist gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track warnings. Got to keep it in between the lines, guys, and I know Spa's a very difficult one to do. Coops was hoping to race tonight, but unfortunately not too good at the moment. Hope to join the boys soon. Oh, Coops, come on. Hope you get well soon, buddy, and get back on with us. Hope it's nothing too serious, and get well soon from Gavin Bass 1 here and all the lads in the Revolt Racing League. So here goes Mazza. Mazza's in the inside of this kick, and he's going for speed, and he's got it. And the kick goes quite wide there to let him through. That's a bit of... kick early on that corner. Turn it down. The McLaren comes out of the pits and he's trying to keep that position coming out of the pits, and he does, but he's going to get pipped here. And I would say that Mazda's just going to take his time with this one. He's going to line them up. They're both at DRS. He's going to take a dive up the inside, but no, he's not going to, because I'll tell you why. That normally ends up in tears. Jumping on board now with number 6, and that's Jackal. And Jackal's in the Ferrari, and he's jumping down at Mr. Twist. It does seem to be a difficult track. Position changes. The gainer of the night is Aaron. He's up into P9. He's got 5 places, and Low Pro's up 4. Jackal's up 3. And Smoke's up 3 into 3rd position at this moment. But again, only 3 guys have made a stop, so it's not an equal playing field at the minute until everybody makes those stops. But there's Mischief, friend of mine, and he's up into P4, and he's driving the Racing Bull tonight. And he's chasing down Smoke, and he wants a wee bit of P3 here. Let's see if he can make it up the hill. 7 people watching tonight. Hope you're all enjoying it despite the technical issues that I'm having. My commentary is absolutely shite tonight, guys, and I'm sorry about that. Also, sorry for the bad language in case any kids are watching. I don't normally do that. But here we go. 3-second penalty for Ribs. He might be the best looking driver in the Martin household, but he's not the best driver in terms of the penalties. He's just got himself 3 seconds. But we're on with Mischief, and Ribs just gets a further 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. There's that old 10 seconds again. Guys, you're not learning quick enough. You've got to brake an awful lot earlier than you used to going into the pits. It's just a feature of this game, and we've all got to get used to it. Thankfully, I've got my head around it now, and the last couple of games that I've played and the couple of races that I've raced in, I've managed to avoid it. But there's still a lot of people picking up those 10-second penalties. But Maz is on the back end now of Grego, and he's going to try and get this position. So Maz decided to have an early stop, stick the hards on, and now he's going to try and complete the race on the hard tires until the end. So there's somebody's off, and I think it is... I'm not too sure who that was, but he was off the track. I think it might have been Gaz or Mr. Twist. I think it was a Mercedes. But this is a nice little 4-way battle here going into the front. And that McLaren of Grego just... Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. So I don't know whether there was much contact there. But here we go. Mazda's on a roll, and he's tracking down Smoke round this right-hander. He slowly, gently puts the power on, squeezes that ERS, and he's now going to track him down. And he's going to be in this DRS zone at the top of the hill. So he just needs to get a wee bit closer than that. But he's there now. And he's definitely going to take him. He'll probably take him on the inside. Yes, he does. And it's a clean... under DRS overtake, and that puts Mazda up in the 6th position despite him having already made a stop. So GoBox is having a race here too. He's in the Alpine, and he's having a go at Dr. Jackal in the Ferrari. Round that left-hander he goes. Plenty of battery left there in the tank for GoBox, so GoBox is definitely on pace here, and he's comfortably in P5 at this moment in time. But his aim at the moment is to keep right on the tail of this Ferrari, and then hopefully up the hill. If not before it, he'll make his move. So it's Alpine versus Ferrari. He's going to slam the brakes on here, and he's going to ensure that he's tight behind the gearbox. The Ferrari goes into the pits, so that takes that out of the equation, and GoBox then goes up into 4th. Little Aaron, we haven't been on with him much, but he's in this Mercedes, and he's having a battle too. He's going for smoke. So everybody's now jumping into the pits, and it's very, very soon going to become an equal playing field, and the track positions will be very realistic at that stage. I'm Gavin Bass 1. I'm just reporting another 3-second penalty for ribs. Let's have a look at those penalties. So Ribs has got 19 seconds. He needs to serve 10 seconds of that in the pits whenever he stops. If he stops, he's already had a stop, so he might just ride it out and see what happens. So I'm jumping on board Mischief. And there's a nice little 3-way battle going here with Grego and Little Aaron. There's a Ferrari off. A lot of mistakes being made here tonight so far, guys. I think of all the tracks in the new F1 25 game, and I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but there's the McLaren of Grego. He's just taken the lead of this peloton. But this is a very tight race. Somebody tried the inside move there. I think it was Gaz in the Merc, but he didn't make it stick. No, it wasn't. It was Mischief in the RB. But check this out. This is a 4-way battle. No point in going up to the leaders just yet because Labrat's way in front in a 16.5 lead. So he still has to make his tyre change. Yep. Little Aaron and Labrat are the only two to make a change. And then we're going to see who the leader on the track really is. But I think we all know who it is. It's going to be that guy, Gaz. Or Mazza, I think. Let's see. I'm getting it all wrong tonight. I'm right off my concentration tonight because of what's going on around me. Again, apologies for anybody watching. This is not my best night, but sure, it's only a social. And you know me, I'll work hard at getting things better for the next time. Don't know what happened to the stream tonight. It was upside down and side by side and all sorts of things. So I'm trying to find the best battle, and it seems to be Mischief at the moment, and he's tracking down this McLaren of Grego. He's got himself up into 200 miles an hour. But 200 miles an hour is not enough to pass this McLaren. So he's going to wait it out. He's going to harvest round this corner, I would say. He's going to gather up some battery, and he's right on the pipe. He actually's made the move on the first DRS zone. That's not an easy move to make, and I'm going to take my hat off there. That was a super move by Mischief. Well done, sir. Take a bow. GoBucks is disqualified from the session because he's gone the wrong way. Oh, GoBucks, no way. What happened to you, bud? GoBucks is out of the race. He's retired from the session. GoBucks will be fuming. Sorry to see that, sir. But we've got a virtual safety car because of that incident. Now, this is the perfect time for Labrat and for Little Aaron to go into the pits, but unfortunately it hasn't lasted very long, that virtual safety car. But we're on board with the leader at the moment. And we'll go back down to Gaz because he's the only one at the moment, apart from Dr. Jackal, that's in a real close race. But he's not going to make any moves just there at the moment. So we'll go on with Jackal in the Ferrari. And he's really, really, really trying against Little Aaron here in the Racing Bull. And just check this out. Oh, he's going for the inside move. But Little Aaron's defending his lines very well. And that Ferrari is just slipping up the inside now. He's made it stick, and that's a beautiful move there by Dr. Jackal. Well done, sir. But a serious bit of separation here. And the only two people that are within racing distance of each other is Mr. Twist down at the bottom. And we'll just go on with him to see if he can catch Ribs. He gets it a wee bit offline there and pays the price by getting squirrely. He just needs to get his concentration back after that and then get back on to the tail end of this kick Saba of Mr. Twist. But I think he's going to be able to have it round this corner here. That kick just looks a little slow there, but he's picking his pace up nicely now, and he's not going to allow Mr. Twist to make the move on this corner. Oh. Yeah, I was saying earlier, guys, that I think that Spa in Belgium is probably the most difficult track in terms of the changes made to the game. Especially when you come to the end of this long straight, once you get up the hill here and you go onto that straight, you really have to brake early. I don't know what you have your brake bar set at, but I set it at about 53. And I can tell you, if you don't get the brakes on early, you will go over the line. And let's just see how Mr. Twist handles it here. But there's the 100-meter board, and he puts it on. He gets it perfectly well. So he's still tracking down. But he's now out of the DRS zone of Ribs. So Little Aaron still hasn't made a stop. And I'm just going to have a look at the tyre details here. And yeah, he's done 12 laps on those hard tyres. So he's gone for the strategy of doing the long stunt first, and then he's going to change. I would say you'll see him coming into the pits probably in the next 2 laps, and he's going to change onto those mediums for the rest of the race. Fastest lap of the race so far is Black Box at 1:46.164, and he's leading the race at the moment from Smoke at 1:47.150. So there you go, he's the fastest man on the track as we speak. Going to bounce on the Low Pro here. Low Pro is on the tail end of Mazamak, and he's going up into this overtaking zone. And he's going to make this work in the Red Bull. Gaz C7 gets himself a penalty. But he's running out of road, and he's only got 24% of his battery left. So he just didn't have the power in the battery to make that car go faster. He gets that wrong, and he goes onto the gravel. Yeah, I think the Spa racing track is causing a little problem for everybody tonight. It is a difficult drive. You really need your concentration at 100% to get the corners right. This is a corner here you can float too wide on as well. So it's a tough old journey round here. Back on Magaz and P6. And he's trying his damnedest now to hit this Ferrari up of Jackal. But there's no point in sending it here. It only ends up in crashes. But he's going into the pits now. He's already had a stop. And Low Pro gets himself a 3-second penalty. So there's the penalty situation now. Ribs is 19, Mr. Twist 6, Gaz 3, and Low Pro has got 6. So Black Box is going to run away with this if somebody doesn't get him soon. So the biggest gainer tonight on the race is Low Pro with 5 positions up. He started in P12 and he's now in P7. Grego is the biggest loser at the moment and he's 9 positions down. So he's not having a good race tonight in terms of his capability. But he was up there at one stage, but it must have been a mistake made. And again, because of my technical issues, there's been times this evening where I just haven't been on the form and on the action. So again, apologies for that, guys, and thankfully it's only a social race. But I'm just going to go up on the Lab Rats here. He's starting to close down Smoke, and he's very keen to get into that position too. But he's got 7 seconds to try and gain, and Black Box is actually improving on that. So this is a very, very serious situation for anyone that's behind Black Box, because Black Box is just going to drive a sensible race here. He's just going to keep an eye on his delta, and he's going to keep an eye on his times, and every time he sees that 7 going down below 7, he's going to squeeze that ERS button, and he's just going to ride this out and take a very, very easy win unless somebody can do something dramatic. But here's the closest race at the moment apart from Mazza. So he's still staying very much within the DRS zone of Smoke, and we're on with Lab Rats here at the moment in the Alpine. And he's biding his time. His job at the moment is just to get right onto the tail end of this Haas, and at the start and finish grid he wants to be on the box of it and then make the move up the hill. That seems to be the most popular way of gaining a position on this track at Belgium. Again, I'm Gavin Bass 1 and we're in Belgium and Spa with the Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night. This is the last social race before they start their season on the 2nd of July, and I must admit I cannot wait for that. So let's see if he can do what... Wow, that's a late break, and he gets it 100% right, and he's in that DRS zone. He's going to give it a little squeeze here, and you need to be on the brakes nice and early here, or you can drift over to the... he gets that 100% perfect. Now off he goes. He's going to knock that up into hot lap mode. Right into the overtake zone now. And he's gaining. And he's continued to gain. And he's going to hit the DRS. And we're going to see Labs going into second position here. Absolutely no doubt about that. And he makes it stick. And that Haas is trying the outside defence move, but he can't do it. And that Labrat has just got himself into P2 behind Black Box with 8 seconds to try and track him down, with only 5 laps to do it in. So that, in my humble opinion, is an impossibility. So all he can do now is drive a clean race and try and hold Smoke off. But Smoke's not going away. In fact, he is going away. Labs has just increased that by another few hundredths to get himself out of that DRS danger zone. So absolutely everybody on track at the moment is without DRS, and it's just a procession now. So I'm going to go down the drivers one by one. In first place at this moment in time, we've got Black Box in the kick. In second place, we've got Labrat Dan, and he's driving the Alpine, and he's in second. Third place, we've got Smoke, and he's in the Haas. He's sitting in a nice, comfortable third place, and he's trying his best to try and get back onto the back of that Alpine, but he's struggling. Then we have Mischief. Mischief is my personal bodyguard, and he has said that any time I need a bodyguard, just to give him a shout, and he will make sure that he will look after me. Race control, Ribs has got another 3-second penalty. Ribs is really, really struggling tonight on these penalties. And I would say Ribs just hasn't put the practice in, and that has cost him a lot of time tonight on the penalties. So hard luck, Ribs. So on to then, we've got Dr. Jackal. He's the guy, I think, that looks after all the statistics for the league, and him and I are going to keep in close communication with each other throughout the new league so that I'm 100% on top of the standings, and each week I will be able to give you an up-to-date report on who is where in terms of the standings in the league. We bumped down on the Gaz in 6th position. He's in the Mercedes. Again, all out on his own. Everybody's having a very lonely second part of this race. But Gaz is always up there and thereabouts. We bounce down to this beautiful livery of the Racing Bull. And who's driving that? It's little Aaron. And again, all out on his own. Then we have Sneaky Loser in the Red Bull, all out on his own. Regular man to the race is Sneaky. You see him week in, week out. And then we have the guy that I used to call Prox. And everybody had a laugh at me about that, but his name is Low Pro. But you can see why I used to call him Prox, because it's Pro and then a capital X at the end of it. But I don't know what he was doing there when he was getting his name sorted out. But Low Pro, I'm on you now. I've got your name right, and I will be watching you throughout the season. Then we have Mazamak. Mazza was the fastest guy, and he was in P1 for a while. But as I say, due to technical difficulties, or maybe even while it was offline, something happened there that has put Gaz down into P10. Lap 19 out of 22. 3 laps to go here in Belgium, Spa. And this is the Revolt Racing lead. Gavin Bass 1. Then we're down to Grego. I haven't seen Grego race before. And he's in P11. And he's driving that McLaren car. And it's lovely to see Grego here, and I hope he does continue to race with us week in, week out. Then we have Mr. Twist, another regular. He's in P12. He's not having the best race either. Again, 23 seconds behind Grego. So he's been involved in an incident at some stage of the evening, whether it was a touch or a crash or whatever, but he's not having the best race. And then we're down to this guy. He might have won the beauty competition in the Martin household, but he hasn't won the race. He's in last position, and he's carrying 12 seconds of penalties at the moment. So he's got rid of some penalties in his last pit stop, but he's still carrying 12. So he's having a nightmare, and while I'm talking, he's just had a little spin and done a bit of ballerina for Mr. Gavin. He's pulling over like the right thing to do, and he's letting the race leader through. He's just been lapped, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just retires from the race now, because he's letting everybody through, which is the right thing to do. But he'll probably drive on just to get a few laps. I'm not too sure what he's going to do, but he's off track now. But back to the race leader. He's away out in front still, 6 seconds ahead. Labs had a bit of an attempt to wind him in, certainly. Let's just have a look at the tyres. Nine-lap-old mediums versus 7-lap-old mediums, as Low Pro gets himself a 3-second penalty. So again, lads, if you wouldn't mind, don't watch the Twitch back. It's crap. I'll put something better together for you, and I'll cut out all the bits that I missed during the disconnection and stuff like that, and I'll try and make it a wee bit of a better watch for you. But definitely, Gavin's not on form tonight. He's been distracted terribly by electric storms here in Northern Ireland and different things with the technology of this game, and I've been struggling just to have my full attention on the race. And with everybody so separated, it's very, very difficult to... But have a look at that. That's very, very interesting. Labrat Dan has wound Black Box in from a 7-second lead to a 5.2 second lead. But he's definitely not going to gain 5 seconds in 2 laps. But fair play and hats off. Take a bow, Labrat, because you've pulled in a fairly decent lead there. The only person that might make a move here is Smoke, and Smoke seems to have a bit of pace, and he's now only 1.7 seconds behind, and he certainly seems to be showing pace. So I'm actually going to stay on board here to see if he can wheel that in to make it out into a bit of a race for the final lap. Labrats has only got 20% of battery and Smoke's got 57% of battery. 65 now. He's on the hard tyres and Labrat is on the mediums, and I'm just wondering if those 8-lap old mediums are starting to show signs of wear. He gets it a little squirrely there, but he continues, and very much continues, to wind him in. 1.6 seconds behind now, but he's struggling. Down to Mazza. Mazza's in a race. So Mazza's going to have a wee go at Mr. Twist here. And we're on lap 22 of 22 laps now. Or sorry, lap 21. And we're going to see a move here, and this Mercedes of Mr. Twist is just going to see a flash of red on his left hand side here, and he says goodbye to Mr. Twist. And Mazza Mac then gets himself up into P11. He gets it a wee bit late round there and has to ride the rumble strip to correct himself, and in doing that Mr. Twist sees it and gets a 3-second penalty warning by overtaking there, which is unfortunate because it was potentially a very good move and great anticipation. So lap 22, and I'm just going to bring the leaders home one by one, and we're going to ride on board with Black Box. I'm just going to have a wee look to see if Mazza can just make a move here. Not too sure he can, so I'm on with Black Box. All out on his own, 3.6 seconds ahead of Lab Rat Dan. And Lab Rat Dan, I must say, has made a really, really good job of that second position tonight, as he tried so hard. Had this race been a couple more laps, I think he might have just wound that in. But it'll be interesting to see what the lads say on Discord after the race about this. It definitely, for me, is one of the most difficult tracks in terms of the change between the 24 game and the 25 game. The braking is so much early on this track, and you've got to get it right. And hence, we've seen quite a few penalties. The fastest lap was Black Box. And here he comes.
Down in Belgium, the engines roar. Spa Fracker champs, we're back for more. Rain in the air, tires on edge. History made on a rouge ledge.
So Black Box wins, Labrat second, Smoke third, and Mischief fourth. Well done, Mischief, and well done, Smoke. I've already said to Lab how good that was, but here comes the Ferrari of Dr. Jekyll. And he's just having a little swerve. Glad to get home, I would say. And here comes Gaz C7. Not a bad position for you, sir. Number 7, number 6. And then we're riding on little Rob, or little Aaron. And he's coming through in P7 with that Red Bull of Sneaky Loser just behind him. So that's little Aaron in P7 and Sneaky Loser on P8. And here comes Grego in the McLaren. He's a long way back.
Stands up, they know the name. painted in speed on the Hall of Fame. And Gavin is
And there you have it, guys. That's the end of the race.
Commentary with soul.
Again, a big shout out to Coops if he's still watching. Get well soon, sir, and we'll see you on the grid radio.
Spin. Black box, baby, taking the win. Les Contemplations, dancing on rails.
Again, apologies to everybody watching and apologies to the drivers about tonight. It was a bit of a shit show here in terms of connections and a couple of other different things. So I didn't have my full eyes on the race tonight whatsoever. I tried my best and that's all I can do. But we did get a little bit of coverage and it was a struggle. But there you have the three guys on the podium sharing their champagne. He takes a little slug of it and they clash bottles together and celebrate.
That's moments in life when the world slows down and one machine writes a story one can deny. Unbelievable.